Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am going to make a coffee gift card holder. This is a really easy, fun project. It's actually from a printable that I got from Printable, Cuttable, Creatables, and it has the cut files for all of the pieces that I'll be using today and then some. There are some sentiments that you can also print out, and the digital also has score lines for doing the scoring that you see me doing here, but these papers I actually have gotten from a scrap pack or a scrap kit, also from Printable, Cuttable, Creatables, and I just printed it on just regular copy paper, and I didn't want to risk scoring with my Cricut machine. I didn't know how strong of a score line my Cricut would put in, so I didn't want to risk it, and I decided I would just score it by hand. It's easy enough to figure out because you can just sort of fold one side closed if you want, and you can figure out the glue tabs from there because whatever is visible from the other portion is going to be a glue tab. And also if you look at the outside edges, you'll see where kind of the angle changes a little bit, and that also indicates the kind of where the folds take place. So with this holder, there is a cut file for the insert, and it looks like a full cup. What I'm working on here is the pocket that this whole that the insert will actually slide into. And as I mentioned, I've just printed this from just plain old copy paper. It's not cardstock or anything thick. And it still works just fine. I think it's okay to be something that is a little bit lighter weight. And I have another pattern paper here. This is the coffee cup sleeve that you might see for hot drinks. And I've actually cut that piece twice, once out of solid color cardstock and a second time out of pattern paper. It's another pattern from that scrap kit. And the layer that's pattern paper, I just trimmed a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off the top because I want to have the pattern there, but I felt like if it was direct pattern on pattern, it might get a little bit too busy, and having just a little bit of that solid brown stripe might help to set it apart a little bit. Then the insert itself is kind of cool. It has the cuts in place. They are half circle cuts that are the holders for your gift card. My Cricut mostly cut through this. This cardstock is thick though, and I would definitely recommend something that is a little bit heavier weight because this is what your gift card is going to get kind of held by. And it's also the piece that's going to get pulled out and, slipped in and out of the sleeve. And so you might want this to be a little bit more sturdy just so that it can support the weight of the gift card, but as well, as you're pulling it out, it doesn't feel floppy. And so that piece, the white piece, I've cut out of 120-pound cover weight cardstock. And the file does also come with a separate layer for the lid of the cup, so I've cut that out of brown. And there are a lot of different options for how to decorate the coffee sleeve a little bit more if you want. So I've chosen this heart design, but there's also a circle, there's an oval, and I think there's also a square and a rectangle as well. And you have plain edges as well as scalloped edge versions. So there are a lot of different pieces, and as you can see, this is probably something that has a lot of elements you can take into your other crafting as well, like card making and maybe even your scrapbooking and mini albums. So there are just some nice universal pieces that I think would work really well in a lot of different types of projects. I've pulled out this stamp set and it's all coffee themed, and I was in particular looking for a smallish sentiment that reads "Thanks a latte." And whenever I think small sentiments, I kind of always check my Lawn Fawn stamp sets first because I feel like they have a pretty standard size font, and they actually have two. I think they have this, which I feel is not super tiny, and then they have one that's even smaller. And so whenever I'm looking for sub-sentiments or smaller sentiments, in my mind, I always think Lawn Fawn for some reason. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but I found the perfect sentiment that would fit right into the heart here. And the heart is, there are two actual different cut files for the smaller heart as well as the larger piece that can be used to frame it or mat it. So you get all of those pieces. And that's the project complete. It's super easy, not a lot of cutting, and of course, the Cricut does all the hard work for you, and it can even score for you if you do have thicker pattern paper or if you're using solid color cardstock. Now, I did have a little bit of an issue sliding this all the way in. It's only because of those glue tabs. It's getting caught on the glue tabs, but otherwise it slides in perfectly. And if that was really a big concern of yours, you can always put a little Scotch tape over those glue tabs just to smooth out that lip that it creates. So this is just a really fun way to present a gift card, and I don't think it necessarily has to be a coffee gift card. I think it can be any kind of gift card, especially because I chose the "Thanks a latte" sentiment. I feel like that works with the coffee cup, but doesn't necessarily imply that the gift card will be to a coffee shop. I hope that you enjoyed my project today. I'll leave links to everything in the description box below. And until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.